What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with some more Trails Through Daybreak 2. Last time, and a time after that that you won't see because I had to restart it again, we ran into a bug. We started Act 3, and we ran into a bug that caused me to end the video abruptly. I'm not going to do it again, because I already retested it, and it somehow just, it completely bugs the game for some reason. If you try to use... I don't know if it's an issue with Rebecca herself or what's going on, but if you try to use arts from this menu, you will just be locked into a menu where you cannot exit out of it. So I guess just don't try to use arts from the menu. I don't know why it does it here, but it is what it is, so... but yeah, so we started Act 3, Nadia left our side to obviously go after Swin, and we did the next floor of the Martian Garden. So we want to do orb mints. Yeah, so she doesn't have a ton here. So we are going to do... I'm going to give her Ivy Frost, and then... Well, I guess I could give her a different arts driver, honestly. Yeah, you know what? Let's give her Virgo. I think that's a lot better. We only get one of these, so I'll just give her Ivy Frost. But this feels a lot better. Escuria, Tyr... and Thalos. I think that's fine. Because at least that way I have Hydro Cannon and Icicle Hammer for her. So I'll stick with that. Alright, The latest Tyrol times will be 100 Mira. If you're buying, hurry it up. Sheesh, seeing your sour face makes you feel right at home. You picking a fight, brat? When are you gonna learn to keep your mouth shut? And where'd Pinky and her friend run off to anyway? Bring them back, would you? Yeah, I'm working on it, alright. Don't worry, we'll find them for sure. Oh, Van, you headed out? Yeah, we're making a fresh start today. By the way, don't worry about Swin and Nadia, alright? They'll be back soon. I hope so. I'll leave their room as it is for now. Just make sure you let those two know we're waiting for them. Roger that. Come on, let's go find some leads. That's fine. Anyone else of interest in here? Where's Yume at? This food's out of this world. You know, I don't think I ever expected food like this from Old Town. Montmartre Bistro, right? Man, I'll definitely be back. I'm glad he likes it. Hope we don't start getting crowds anytime soon. Well, I mean, he is a student. If he tells his friends about it, it'll only be a matter of time. May as well check it out. Monster, okay. Well, at least we know one of these will be easy to handle. Obviously, we got a blue marker in the building. Okay, it's not in here, it's on the roof. It seems. Oh no, it's not in the roof, it's in their room. Swin and Nadia's room. The place was just sitting here after Old Man Brigard left, so it made sense for them to use it. And now it's vacant once more. It's still got their stuff. I truly hope Nadia isn't doing anything reckless. The girl locked herself in here for days after we came back. She barely ate anything either. Paulette was so worried. Whenever we called for her, she'd only respond half-heartedly, if at all. Actually, I'm not sure if she even heard us most of the time. It was almost as if she lost the will to live. Such was the extent of Miss Rain's shock. In a way, having a goal to spur her on means she's doing better now. Doesn't mean she ain't being reckless, though. All the more reason to find her soon. Right. Hey, Etoile. Sounds like she's trying to tell us something. Actually, don't you think she looks a little down today? Oh, maybe something happened. Only people in the cat life would know. Let's go, y'all. I think that's really everything I need to do here in Old Town, so, may as well handle the monster request. Hello, monster. I think one complaint I could probably have with this game that I don't really see people talk about too much is how little we get to use Grendel. You know, we obviously have Mare around, but it would be at least nice if every boss type fight we could use Grendel, but maybe that would make things too easy. I mean, you would still only be using it for 3 turns, but... Very good new craft. This'll help. Lightning Chaser 2. We're about halfway to Law 5. I mean, we didn't really get too many different 4 SPGs to do during the fragment chapter. I mean, we had like 1 or 2, but it was mostly just relaxation and then story. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Swin and Nadia only showed up at the beginning of this game, which was like, you know, early mid-February, so they were really only here for like a month. Artwork. Okay. So let's head to Station Street. We'll check out the 4 SPG here, as well as just the area in general. My name is Conrad. I'm a mediator for foreign individuals. Some migrant workers, primarily from an impoverished northern region, have gone missing. Okay. Are we meeting the guy here? We are. Okay, so let's start over on the bracer side. Then we'll finish up the area by checking out the requests. Lashkar. Sorry you guys had to deal with my mess. I've been doing better with the guild's help, though. Well, anyway, these are vegetables I got from work. Please take them. Make sure you tell Mr. Zin I said thanks, too. That's nice. Obviously, Zin's not here if we can't see him. You got some generic-looking bracers in here. And then you've obviously got Lahad and Gray. Alright, new driver. Okay, yeah. Oh, well, there's other shops in here, actually. Hey, nothing from you. How about the cafe upstairs? Anyone we know up here? That Director Lamb? No. Oh, hi, Ren. Alright, Ren, it's in your hands now. Of course, let me see if any of my contacts are available. You two sure seem busy, talking over festival business. Well, since Sasha's here, I imagine it's something to do with sports clubs. I kind of figured you would have already heard the news. You see, the vendor we use for the festival every year told us he wouldn't be able to get us the supplies we need in time. So not only do we have to find a new vendor, but we have to do it by the end of today. Otherwise, nothing will be ready for the festival. Yikes, sounds like you're in a pretty tight spot. And with the festival only 1 month away, huh? Makes sense you'd come to Ren for help. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the Do Not Disturb mode for a while. Sorry, I'd like to help you guys out, but don't even worry about it. Arcade Solutions can handle it from here. That's right, we'll do everything we can to bring them back. I'll be counting on you, Agnes. I should have this job finished by tonight. And that should give me a few hours to go over everything. Thanks for all your help, Ren. We'll let you get back to it. Anyone else up here we know? Nope. Does not seem like it. It would be nice if one of the future games opens up the 3rd floor of the cafe for us. I'd love to see what's actually... Actually, there's more than 3 floors. Look at that. The staircases keep going. Yeah, but this is the rich woman we saw in the first game who's kind of just, like, amazed by everything and wants to buy everything. And unlike the first game, we don't have a section where, you know, we're leaving people back at the office. We have everybody with us. All hands on deck at all times. Alright, well, we'll check the shops in here and then get started on this request. Oh, hey, Lilianne's back. Hey, everyone, it's been a while. Ever since that whole mess in Lineport, right? I heard you went on a little vacation after? Yep, sure did. Can't say I feel any more rested for it, though. But anyway, what have you been up to lately? Doing alright? I wonder. No need to be all cryptic, dude. We're just asking about how you're feeling after the match we had. Well, I guess you could say it lifted a weight off my shoulders. After meeting Gao Lang and seeing just how much my sister's grown, it really helped put things into perspective for me. So honestly, I think the match was worth it. But you're still not convinced about going back to the Gecko School, right? Well, it's not completely out of the question. That being said, however, I don't intend on giving up on running my own pharmacy anytime soon. And who's to say, maybe I'll find some time to follow both paths eventually. Huh, well, as long as you're happy in the end. Pharmacist Gekamass, the choice is all yours, bud. I mean, he does need to put, you know, food on the table somehow, and I don't know if being a Gekka practitioner would pay the bills on its own. Alright, obviously you're gonna have new weapons for us, right? Yep, Xenobreaker. Yeah, and then... I mean, these will be nice to have, but none of them are with us, so it's kind of pointless. Sure. Iskander. So we can give this to Agnes. That's probably good. We do have a lot of these. Alright, well that'll help a bit. Oh, hey! Should I change my weapon? Nah, then I have to start my training all over again. Alvis, are you listening? We still have to get our next request. Yeah, I heard you. Just give me a second, okay? What can you possibly be thinking so hard about? Oh, Elaine, heard about what happened over on Nemeth Island. The remnants of the DG cult and the fourth Angus of the society. Can't imagine how crazy that must have been. At least we managed to make it all work out in the end. Although I'm sure that's not the last we'll see of them. Make sure you both remain on your guard. Understood. We should be able to give you more of a hand next time. You're putting a cart before the horse, don't you think? Well, anyway, we'll be sure to keep an eye out. Be safe, you two. Oh, here we go. Some actual upgrades here. Not that I'm gonna be able to afford it for everybody, but... you know, it's only 2 less, so that's worth doing. Actually, we should be able to afford it for everybody. Kind of lowers their evasion a bit, but we won't be completely broke. Alright, we're good on spending. Well, actually, let me see. Okay. No gifts. Alright, let's check up here. Oh, they're playing with cars. You the Conrad that posted the request for from Arkwright Solutions. Oh yes, you really do look dependable, just as the rumor said. Wait, isn't that guy... I'm assuming you're the one who recommended our services. You're the editor-in-chief of that one gossip rag. Isn't this Conrad guy the guy from Krail? We met sometime last year, didn't we? Gotta say though, you picked an awfully lively place for our meetup this time. Wouldn't suppose there's a reason for that. I see you're quick on the uptake as ever, Arkwright. Having a loud crowd surrounding us makes it harder for people to eavesdrop. Anyway, you'll hear his request, won't you? It sounded like it'd be right up your alley. Oh, never mind. This is a different guy. I thought this was... I mean, obviously when they use the generic NPCs, you know, the models are similar. I thought this was the guy that stole the bike back in Krail and we had to get him arrested. If I remember correctly, you often act as a go-between for immigrants dealing with special circumstances, right? I'm not so sure about this one, guys. Migrant workers tend to get caught up in a lot of not-so-honest work. They get a bad rap for a reason. Believe me, I understand the reputation they have better than anyone else. But there can be a lot of red tape in their paperwork. If they want to feed their families, most have no choice but to resort to criminal means. People like that are who make up the majority of my client base. Migrants unable to obtain proper work visas. In other words, migrants who have no legal right to work in this country. I've seen firsthand the problems immigrants can face. It's not pleasant. See, I love that they actually tackle stuff like this. Well, if they're Eastern, you can bet Hey You will take care of them. But I guess the others don't really got a lot of options. Exactly, so my job is to introduce these people to someone who can provide them work. Then I get a finder's fee from the employer. And maybe it's not my place to say, but I believe that's a better outcome than them starving in the streets while they wait for their papers. Well, when you put it that way, I understand why you're apprehensive. I'm sure you know plenty of people like him who use their job to exploit foreigners. It's just, well, Conrad here knows where to draw the line, though. I suppose he has sent a few people to handle some seriously dreadful menial labor. But trust me when I say he neither introduces them to illegal work nor takes cuts of their pay. Well, I guess it's as much assurance as we can get. Go ahead and give us the details then. I'm guessing it's got something to do with those missing workers we've been hearing about. Yes, you see, after contacting me about how the work isn't for them, they'll go missing altogether. It's been a pretty big topic of concern in my line of work, though nobody's been able to make heads or tails of it. Honestly, if this keeps up, I'm worried suspicion will start to fall both on me and my colleagues. Yeah, you're right. You'd be suspect number one in no time. So what, you want us to figure out what's going out so they don't start pinning the disappearances on you guys? If you could, yes. Does that sound like something you could do? Let's do it. Alright, seems like a pretty cut and dry issue. Plus, we can't exactly say no to a referral from the editor-in-chief. Yeah, I'm also pretty worried about the safety of those workers. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so relieved. I just can't get a good night's sleep knowing what could be happening to those people. And here I thought you were more worried about saving your own ass. Well, I've been doing this work for a while. You hear some pretty grueling stories about the lives immigrants lead. You'd have to have a heart of stone not to sympathize with them. Well, if that's how you feel, maybe I don't have many reservations of this job as I thought. I agree. If the lives of migrant workers are truly in jeopardy, I see no issue in taking on this request. You mind going over the details once more? I can't thank you enough. I've been a bit hesitant to contact the police or the bracers, so this is a huge weight off my shoulders. Well, it looks like things are finally going your way, Conrad. I'm glad I was here to introduce you all. Anyhow, I'm a busy man, so I'll be heading off now. Feel free to decide what to do amongst yourselves. That guy's a real piece of work. I'm sure we'll be just fine without him. More importantly, why don't you fill us in on some of the more of the specifics? I heard something about the ones disappearing being migrants from the north of Zemuria. That's right, they're the ones who have gone missing most frequently. Easterners and Central Easterners haven't seemed to be affected at all, however. Huh, even white foreigners come here for work? They do, yes. After all, there's a fair number of underdeveloped regions in the north. Along with those from North Ambria, the Republic also receives immigrants from outlying areas around the Free Cities as well. Yeah, and that's why you have all those extremist groups that we saw in the first game, you know, that really just wanted the true Calvert back. It's strange that they've been made a target, though. We're gonna need to do some digging, particularly into the workers' backgrounds. I'm glad you share my concern. However, I believe it's best I leave the rest to you. I'll be in the area for a while, so if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So what do you want to do first? We don't exactly have much to go on. We need to find people who are familiar with not only migrant workers, but specifically those from North Zemuria. Now that I think about it, I've heard that one subcontracting factory employs loads of them. But we could probably talk to some of their business partners into spilling a few dirty secrets. Exactly, the workers themselves would likely be on guard if we were to ask directly. Investigating their periphery is definitely the better strategy. Alright then, let's hit up Bradley's first. Given all the parts he has stored, I'm sure he's got some connections with people in subcontracting. Not only that, but he's the kind to pay attention to the small stuff. He might just have some pretty good leads. Who do you think we should ask about the migrants? Gabriella used to work with the Northern Jaegers, right? Maybe she'll know something. Nah, her roots run a little too deep in the underworld. We should try talking with someone more lawful immigrant populations first. In that case, we should focus on places where people from the north are likely to gather. Come to think of it, aren't people who run Old Town's bathhouse from Remifaria? Nice job, Agnes. It's usually pretty easy to miss something right under your nose. Well, it was more of an epiphany than anything. That being said, I think they became naturalized citizens quite a while ago. Do you think they still know what's going on in the migrant community? I think it's worth a shot. After all, northern folk take their saunas pretty seriously. Even if they don't have direct connections anymore, it's likely that Laguna still serves as a central hub. Then I suppose it's settled. We'll be headed to Bradley Maintenance and the Laguna Bathhouse. Well, both are in Old Town, so let's head up. Oh wait, no, Bradley's is in Riverside. You want to know about immigrants from North Zamuria? You're right, we do see our fair share around here. Our family's from Remifaria, but we share our culture with people from all over the north. In particular, we get lots of North Ambrian migrants who like to stop by. They usually come and talk to my grandma and grandpa about their problems. I think maybe it's the workers complaining about their day. Bingo. Still, picking up on stuff like that is pretty impressive. Tell me, have you heard anything strange lately about the workers you mentioned? Well, I guess it's not really new, but there's been talk about them being dissatisfied with the way they're being treated. Dissatisfied with the way they're being treated? Are they being discriminated against? I think it's a little different. I mean, even though they're immigrants, they still look pretty much like everyone else in Calvin, right? Compared to the other immigrants, the ones from up north don't really stand out all that much. That's true, even immigrant advocate movements tend to focus on those from the east or central east. I'm sure it's because physiological differences are more easily identifiable. But if that starts making the rounds, it's not hard to imagine why northern migrants would be treated less favorably. And it's harder to garner sympathy for them when they look just like the majority of Calvert's population. So they feel like they're being left out, is that it? Even though they're dealing with similar problems, it's hard for them to gain the same amount of sympathy. I can see how that might make you feel a little trapped. Wouldn't be surprised if someone's able to use that to their advantage. Yeah, but I haven't heard a thing about anyone being swindled. So she got to you already, huh? I might just have some useful gossip for you all. You've heard something? You better not be pulling their tail. Well, it's only something that came down the grapevine. There's been talk of someone who can pull foreign workers from the mire of their jobs. Interesting, can you tell us more? You see, I've been looking into investment trends for social welfare services recently. While I was doing some research, I heard something about a non-profit organization that struck me as a tad peculiar. An NPO? Yes, it was only recently created too. They say they're a group that provides employment support to immigrant groups. It appears they've been luring migrants who already have jobs with promises of both better pay and working conditions. All it takes is one question: are you really happy with where you're at right now? But they're asking them to quit? Sounds like they must be pretty convincing. I've never heard of an NPO asking people to quit their jobs, though. They don't seem to be finding new jobs for the ones who quit, either. In my opinion, it's all rather irresponsible of them. The least they could do is help them get back on their feet. I agree, no matter how preposterous the Republic is now. No matter how prosperous the Republic is now, there's no guarantee they'll be able to find another stable income so easily. Especially for those that don't have a valid work visa. It sounds like they're just increasing the number of unemployed immigrants. Why would they do that? They can't be profiting from it somehow, right? It might be too late to ask this now, but what is an NPO? I've heard of an NGO before. Of course, to give a simple explanation, NGO stands for non-governmental organization. On the other hand, NPO stands for non-profit organization. Both are independent from their nations and are operating to better social welfare. In general, the ones that are restricted to specific fields and act on local levels are NPOs. Those who act on an international level and cover multiple pursuits are referred to as NGOs. I think I get it now. But if that's true, then this NPO isn't making anything better at all. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to do some more research into this organization. Thanks for all your help, guys. You're welcome, I hope you figure it out. Come on, there's no need for thanks, just join me for the next game of Mahjong. And I'll consider it evening. Sure, Huck. Alright, let's head to Riverside now. Gotta go to Bradley's garage. But we also want to check out everything in the area. There really shouldn't be that many more fish that we've yet to catch because we spend, I mean, not to spoil everything, but we spend the majority of Act 3 in the finale back in Edith. We don't go to any new towns or cities, so all the fish we can still catch should be here. Oh, it's Lucio. It's the one of the racer punks. So, you want to know about the people my suppliers employ, huh? Well, I gotta imagine they use their fair share of migrant workers. Don't they ever talk to you about them? Figured you would have known more. I mean, they don't exactly fill me in on all the details, but I guess I have been hearing some strange things about them lately, things that even got me concerned. Don't know if it's what you're looking for, but I can share it with you if you'd like. That would be very helpful, Mr. Bradley. Did something happen? Right, well, where should I start? Apparently a bunch of migrant workers at one of the factories just up and quit recently, all over a few days, too. I thought it was some sort of strike at first, but it doesn't seem like that was the case. There's been no contact from the workers since. That is certainly worrisome. Were there any warning signs? From what I've been told, management had no idea any of it would happen till it all went down. The ones who left were known to be pretty serious workers, too. None of them showed any dissatisfaction with their jobs at all. But regardless, they all got up around the same time and called it quits. I think they said something to the likes of, "This job doesn't suit me," or "I deserve better." It's pretty strange. They all gave the same reasons for leaving. Not to mention how these were the last people you'd expect it from. It sounded like this was instigated by someone else. Any word about the possible third parties? Well, I wouldn't say I'm that informed, but I heard a little something about those workers being seen talking to someone on the outside. I see, whoever that someone is must have had quite the influence on them. But quitting so suddenly, what were they planning on doing after they left? The factory was worried about the same thing. They even asked them if they had any other jobs lined up. I guess the workers seemed pretty confident things would work out. Maybe the person they were confiding in gave them some sort of grand opportunity. I wonder, do you think it could be someone related to the NPO from before? Yeah, it sounded pretty likely. Well, anyway, that's about all I know at the moment. I should mention, though, everything I heard was just complaints from my suppliers. No worries, you've been a great help. Yeah, you've given us a lot to think on. Okay, so we got a lot more information than we thought we would. Why don't we find a place where we can sort through it all? Shall we head back to the station street? That way we can update Conrad on the situation as well. With all the people in that area, it's possible we'll be able to pick up extra info along the way. I think it might also be a good time to inform the guild of any developments. Right, let's get going then. Alright, as it stands now, I think we have a pretty basic idea of what went down. A bit hazy on a few details, though. Let's start by putting everything in order. The base assumption is the ones going missing are primarily those from north of Zemuria. They're also all migrant workers who don't have work visas. They quit their jobs in the same time frame, but vanished immediately after. And the ones who quit told them to quit was from an NPO. But the question is why? What could they possibly stand to gain from getting migrants to quit? It's also worrying that those who seem those who left seem to have cut off all communications. We definitely still have a lot of questions about the whole thing. If only we had something more conclusive. Why don't we just get to the source of the problem then? Find this NPO person and make them tell us what's going on. The problem is we don't actually know which NPO they're part of. Huck didn't really give us any solid information. Oh, Agnes, is this that part-time job you were talking about? Oh, Miss Toa. Other than Agnes and Elaine, I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you all. I'm Toa Herschel, one of the temporary teachers at Aramis. I also work to assist ICO, the International Cooperative Organization. Nice to meet you. Are you Agnes's teacher? Toa Herschel is also the chief instructor of the branch campus of Thor's Military Academy. I've heard she's quite the central figure there. Not only did she manage to engage its current students, but its alumni as well. Well, I don't think I'm worth that much fanfare. On the other hand, I've heard my fair share of stories about Mr. Arkride. Oh boy. I must admit, I've been looking forward to making your acquaintance. It's just as much of an honor to meet the rumored genius of Thor's. I'm told you've got your hands in all sorts of places. Perhaps we'll have the opportunity to work together sometime. Yeah, I'm sure we will. You know, actually, there are a few things we're struggling to understand at the moment. Think you could lend us a hand? Miss Toa is associated with an NGO. Would you happen to know anything about NPOs currently operating in the Republic? What? Are you having a problem with one of them? Please tell me everything you know. The group began to apprise Toa of the details of their current job and what they had learned about the suspicious NPO. However, her response was outside of their expectations. I had no idea this was something you were investigating. The NGO I'm currently associated with does its work to support area-level NPOs. The one I'm looking into at the moment hasn't been as forthcoming as the results of their activities. It's so convenient that she came up to us when she did. Naturally, there's been a bit of suspicion. Given the timing, I can't deny the possibility that it might just be connected to the one you've all heard about. Also, I believe their stated intentions are to aid the employment of foreigners with special circumstances. Well, I can't say for sure, but that they're the same organization, but it seems like our most likely lead at the moment. I agree, but would you mind allowing me to accompany you in your investigations? This could be exactly what I need for a breakthrough in my case. I won't hesitate to give you my full cooperation. And even if it isn't, it's still related to an issue with an NPO. It's my duty to follow up on it. You mean you'll help us? That'd be great. Yeah, I would have been satisfied with a few useful tidbits, but having you with us will be way more efficient, even if I do end up owing you one. I look forward to working with you. Yes, I think our odds will be much better with her along. Well, now that we've welcomed you aboard, do you think you could share any more of your recent findings? Maybe it'll help us figure out our next steps. Actually, I do have something. I have a friend who's been... I have a friend who's been looking into this group as well. I've been waiting for them to contact me with whoever they found. And speak of the devil, Hello, sorry about all the extra tasks. Did you find anything useful? This friend of hers, I get the feeling they're not a member of the ICO. Outside the NGO, our friends would be. Never mind, there's no sense in worrying about it right now. Someone from Thor's. Yes, actually, I found another group that was looking into a suspicious NPO. It seems to be for a separate incident, however. From what I've heard so far, I'm pretty sure the NPO we're looking into is one and the same. Anyway, you said there was movement over in the Center Marché? I'll head over now to check it out. Sorry to keep you waiting, they managed to find something after all. Who was on the other line, however? As I mentioned, we're almost confident that the NPO I've been looking into and the one from your case are the same organization. Their official name is Association for Better Migrant Working Conditions. To think they're not only misappropriating funds, but they may be also involved in the disappearance of migrant workers, I can't believe it. Ms. Hoa. Regardless, it looks like we know what we need to do. You said something about there being movement over in the Center Marsh, right? Then we should hurry. If we're quick enough, we might be able to catch them in the act. Well, in that vein, okay. I was kind of hoping they would just end the cutscene, but... You think that's the person we're looking for? Let's catch him before he loses trail. Barry can play good cop, I'll play bad cop. No, we can't. He might just be an innocent bystander. Yeah, if we approach the wrong person, it could alert the guy we're actually after. We're running out of time, though. As soon as we get some confirmation, we'll make a move. I see that person just now said he was from the Association for Better Migrant Working Conditions, right? Yeah, I'm not from Calvert, so he was asking if I was unhappy with my job. He said that in order to find more quality work, I should quit as soon as I can so we could talk about other opportunities. If I'm being honest, though, I'm much more interested in having a stable income. I turned him down. Man. Yeah, he's got to be our guy. The name, his methods, there's no room for doubt. He can't have gone far. Let's follow him. Yes, we need to put a stop to this. There he is. The street doesn't seem to be as crowded as the others. Do you think he's going to meet someone? Might be our chance to find out who's behind all this. Let's try and keep out of sight. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think we can save here, right? Nope, okay. Well, this one will be a bit longer. Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you mean I lost him? It's right there. He's looking around, but there's obviously, like, bystanders here. Oh, no. Woo! I thought he was gonna come back. Maybe they try to fake you out to make you get up. And then you get spotted. Unless that was just like a bug, like he was walking back to start walking again. Going this way. Alright, we're good. He's gonna go down this alleyway, the one we followed during the prologue. Is he going in, or is this where we run up to him? Okay. I guess we run up to him. believe that gate leads to the old sewer system. All that sneaking must mean he's got a secret meeting going on. Well, it's definitely not the kind of place the employee of an NPO would drop by. The alley's pretty narrow. If we all try to cram ourselves in there, we'd be caught in no time. Mind giving us a hand, Quater? Oh, I see. Sure, Theo should have no issue getting in. They'll be able to survey the scene for us. Theo, don't let them see you, but transmit everything in your surroundings, okay? Understood. Pursuing target in stealth mode. Sending visuals and sound to Quattro Ziffa. And how is today's harvest? Not as good as we hoped. They seem pretty content with where they were. I'm planning on going back to the construction areas of the suburbs. I had better luck over there. Well, I guess we do already have enough for the first camp. We shouldn't get too greedy. Anyway, delivery is right after this. You'll be there, right? Yeah. After the dog in the background. After all the trouble I went through, it'll be sure to see them off. Besides, I want to ask the people up top who the client was. It's probably better if you keep your questions to yourself. Anyway, I'm heading down to the subway to find some runaways that fit the bill. Well, if something comes up, give me a holler. Did I hear that right? Yeah, this seems to be more dangerous than we thought. We absolutely cannot allow them to get away with this. And all under the guise of trying to help. It's just too cruel. We have to do something. The target is leaving. Sounded like he was headed to their gathering place. Alright, let's keep after him. Yeah, we should hurry. I forgot this quest has a part 2. I forget where this guy runs off to, though. Like, I remember this quest in general, but not where everything leads. Yeah, I gotta be careful, because... he's probably gonna make a right up here. Let's go. Perfect. Oh, so I guess we're gonna follow him up to where he's gonna... Yeah, okay, here we go. He's using a car. It looks like he's headed to the suburbs. I was able to take down his license plate number. However, even if we manage to find a car, it's unlikely we'll be able to catch up to him. Maybe my friends will know this destination. Can I have a minute? Hey, you mentioned something about movement in the suburbs earlier? A bus that was transporting people, that has to be them. You saw it somewhere along Highway 8? So whoever she's talking to is in Calvert, whichever friend it is. That man was headed in the same direction. That's our next stop. Sorry this was so sudden, but I appreciate the info. We'll look into it on our end. Don't worry about the rest. Good luck. Give us a call if you need anything else. Alright, looks like we managed to figure it out. I wish they voiced that part. I know it's a side quest, but that would be like the tipping point, the tipping off point of who she was talking to. Because that was just a generic statement right here. Give us a call if you need anything else. Didn't think we'd end up relying on your friends again so soon. Let's go see what these criminals have got cooking. put a stop to whatever they're planning. Okay. We're gonna wrap up this side quest next time because it's already gone on longer than I was expecting. So we're gonna end things off here. So next time we're gonna go ahead and deal with the rest of this immigrant worker side quest. And then I believe, yeah, we just have one more in the Satan district before we can continue the main story. So that's gonna be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.